Hola clase, this is Señora Pleste. We're finishing the chapter 6A. ¿Viste el partido en la televisión? Did you watch the game on the TV? Part 2, Grammar and Review. Week 10, March 29th to April 1st. All right, so first we have a culture question that's going to be on your test on Thursday. Remember, there's no school Friday. Concurso mania, right, in Spain, contest mania. During the last years, there premiered many contest programs where participants compete answering questions about general culture. Programs such as Pasapalabra or Saber y Ganar, to know and to win, are fun and have many prizes such as money, cars, and trips. Recently, the contests about survival are in fashion. Frequently, the contestants convert into very popular personalities or characters known throughout the country. So compare these the popularity of these programs, especially about survival in Spain and the United States. Are these programs similar or different? So, contests are very well loved in Spain. That's the main thing that you need to know. Very similar to how they are here in the United States. All right, grammar. In this review, you'll learn about 2 grammar topics. The preterite of IR stem-changing verbs, that means verbs that end in IR, and other reflexive verbs. So, the preterite, or completed past tense of IR stem-changing verbs. In this section in Spanish, you'll be able to talk and write about what you watch on TV recently and tell about past televised events. All right, pause this, write this entire thing down, and then we'll go through it. The preterite of IR stem-changing verbs. In the preterite, IR verbs like preferir, pedir, and dormir also have stem changes, but only in the usted, él, ella, and ustedes, ellos, ellas forms. In these forms, E changes to I and O changes to you. Mi mamá se aburrió y se durmió durante la película. Notice, right? She got bored and she fell asleep during the movie. Dormir, the O changes to you. Mis padres prefirieron ver el concurso de belleza. My parents preferred to watch the beauty contest. Preferir, this E changes to I. Prefirieron. En la liga compitieron los mejores equipos de México. In the league, the best teams in Mexico competed. Notice, en competir, the E changes to I. So we have 3 verbs that do this in the forefront. Preferir, preferred. We have preferí, preferiste, prefirió. Notice this I changes. Preferimos, preferistes, prefirieron. This E changes to I. Pedir, asked for or ordered. Pedí, pediste, pidió. Pedimos, pedistes, pidieron. Notice the E changes to I. And O to you, slept. Dormí, dormiste, durmió. Notice the U. Dormimos, dormistes, durmieron. Here are other verbs that do the exact same thing. I actually wrote them all out for you on the next slide. You will write the entire next slide. All right, so pause this video and write all of these verbs. You are meant to have all of these conjugations, and then we'll go through them together. All right, so let's go through them. Divertirse, had fun. I'm going to just go through the changes. Se divirtió, se divirtieron. But you're supposed to have the whole thing written down. Despedirse, said goodbye. Se despidió, se despidieron. Sentirse, felt. Se sintió, se sintieron. Vestirse, dressed. Se vistió, se vistieron. Servir, served. Sirvió, sirvieron. Mentir, lied. Mintió, mintieron. Competir, competed. Compitió, compitieron. Repetir, repeated. Repitió, repitieron. Seguir, followed or continued. Siguió, siguieron. Sonreír, smiled. Sonrió, sonrieron. Reír, laughed. Rió, rieron. Morir, died. Murió, murieron. So this is one of your activities, activity 14, un camarero distraído, a distracted waiter. So they went to a restaurant, Cancun, and the waiter did not serve them what they had ordered. Read the text messages with his friend Raul and write the correct form of the verbs. So this is an experience in a restaurant that went wrong, and they're texting each other. So Raul says, ¿Cómo fue tu visita al restaurante ayer? How was your visit to the restaurant yesterday? Terrible. El camarero no nos blank lo que nosotros blank. The waiter did not serve us. Él no sirvió lo que nosotras pedimos. De veras, ¿qué blank ustedes? What did you all order? ¿Qué pidieron ustedes? Primero, yo pedí. Notice this is not a weird one. It's the way it's supposed to look. That's why you need to have all the conjugations written. First, I ordered a hamburger with cheese, pero el camarera served me chicken with rice. Me sirvió arroz con pollo. ¿Y qué pasó con tu mamá? What happened with your mom? She ordered. Ella pidió una ensalada y una sopa. Luego, nuestro camarero y otro camarero también they served, sirvieron, bistec con papas fritas. My mom repeated what we ordered. Mi mamá le repitió lo que nosotras pedimos. Also not irregular, it's normal, so that's why you need to have all the conjugations written down. 10. ¿Qué hizo él? Pues he smiled, él sonrió, y todos nosotros, we all laughed, reímos, pero sabes, perhaps he had fun last night, but we didn't have fun. Quizás él se divirtió, pero nosotros no nos divertimos mucho. Nos pensamos regresar a este restaurante. We don't plan on returning to this restaurant. Other reflexive verbs. In this section in Spanish, you'll be able to talk and write about reactions to TV shows and tell how you felt in certain situations. All right, so pause, write these down, and you'll write the next slide as well. Other reflexive verbs use reflexive pronouns and verbs, but they do not have the same meaning of a person doing an action for him or herself. So it looks reflexive, like they're doing it to themselves, but they're not. These reflexive verbs often describe a change in mental, emotional, or physical state and can express the idea that someone gets or becomes something. So even though they look reflexive, like they're doing something to themselves, it's actually that they are becoming or getting something. So examples of these verbs are aburrirse, to get bored, casarse, to get married, divertirse, to have fun, dormirse, to fall asleep, enojarse, to become angry, ponerse furioso or alegre, to become furious, happy, any emotion, volverse loco, to go crazy. So all of these things are happening to you, you're becoming or getting, whatever these emotional, mental, or physical states are. So, se durmieron durante la película, they fell asleep during the movie. And se puso alegre después de ganar. He or she got happy when they won. All right, so pause this and write all of these down. These are the reflexive verbs that you need to know and how they're conjugated. Aburrirse, got bored. You have me aburrí, te aburriste, se aburrió, nos aburrimos, os aburristeis, se aburrieron. Casarse, got married. Me casé, te casaste, se casó, nos casamos, os casasteis, se casaron. Regular preterite endings. Divertirse, had fun. Me divertí, te divertiste, se divirtió, another one of those sandal stem changing verbs. Nos divertimos, os divertisteis, se divirtieron. Dormirse, fell asleep. Me dormí, te dormiste, se durmió, nos dormimos, os dormistes, se durmieron. Notice the O changes to you, another stem changing verb. Enojarse, got angry. Me enojé, te enojaste, se enojó, nos enojamos, os enojasteis, se enojaron. Ponerse plus emotion, to say someone became furious, angry, happy, right? Me puse, te pusiste, se puso, nos pusimos, os pusisteis, se pusieron. The whole thing is in red because the entire thing is irregular. P-O-N becomes P-U-S, like we learned in a previous chapter. Volverse loco, went crazy. Me volví, te volviste, se volvió, nos volvimos, os volviste, se volvieron. All right, so complete the sentences using the preterite. So you've just learned them, so let's go through them. To say, I got bored watching the game on TV. Yo me aburrí. My mom blanked durante el programa del concurso de belleza. My mom fell asleep. Mi mamá se durmió durante el programa. Mi hermano got agitated. Se puso agitado cuando su equipo perdió el partido, when his team lost the game. Ellos blank viendo los programas de concurso anoche. They had fun watching the contest programs last night. Ellos se divirtieron. And notice that O changes to U and that E changes to I here. And this is totally irregular. All right, so this is at the end what you should be able to do by the end of the chapter. I can listen to and understand as people ask about a television show next year, how did they feel? And that you should be able to read something as well. And then your activities. Go to clever.com, Pearson Realize, do activity 14, core activity situaciones diferentes, and these instant checks and pruebas. And your test is on Canvas this weekend. All right, good luck.